So now you have gone through and you have done your through the escalate privileges part, right? So now what is the next step, right? You're inside a particular company, you've escalated your privileges. Now is internal reconnaissance is the next phase. So in internal reconnaissance, what you do is you understand the internal environment. You go in there. We're going to say like we're going to do mapping of services. We're going to be we've been looking at the databases which they're using. How are they storing it? Are they relational databases, non-relational databases, SQL, no SQL? So you understand the vulnerabilities. What versions are they using? How big are the systems? What are the operating systems there? Who are the users who have access to it? Security products which are there, IDSs which they're using, firewall which they're using, network devices, hardware, software, everything, right? So you run basically they go through the different solutions, you prepare the next steps. Keep in mind, as soon as you get access, I mean you're talking about if the attackers they raise the alarm in the network, all of the whole operation is going to be interrupted. So they don't raise any alarm, so they just do all this on a quiet. And also they want to get to privilege accounts, so they can get access to financial accounts, financial information, financial systems. So right, and also if there's a software involved, they'll get access to developer accounts, and also admin accounts, like network administration accounts, and so forth, so that the product's source code also can be they can kind of get access to that, and also that is the main goal for the APTs, for the APT guys, the bad guys. So bad or good, I don't know, because APTs are nation state sponsored, and there are teams every nation has, and I'm talking about teams in hundreds and thousands of cybersecurity, information security developers there. So, but yeah, so I would just consider them APT as another team. So also like they look at a lot of these file servers which have sensitive data located on them, and the information could be sensitive, and they could use this for later on espionage, carrying an espionage, and ready to be taken for that too. So a lot of trade secrets, a lot of nation secrets, state secrets are kept under lock and key, encrypted versions, files, locked, databases. So they try to get to those, right? Also, some looking at settlement data, settlement servers, and settlement servers are more from the retail industry, and these servers basically they run credit card processing, and in this the target is it's like they don't want to make too much noise, so they kind of go behind these servers. They see all the tools running. Again, same scenario. What traffic it's going through, network, probably tools which are built on for Windows tools. They also run like net commands, and all these kind of help the APT groups to operate without being detected. All right. Again, let's talk about some of the tools which are used for internal reconnaissance. One is called PS Logged On. It's a very well-known tool. It's from Microsoft. But does not come with the operating system. You have to download it separately, and what it does is it is used to log into the system, and it basically tells you who all has logged into the system, remote system, and enumerates all the users and so forth, right? Another tool is the LDIFDE, so it's LDIFDE, and it basically retrieves user information from Active Directory based on the target domain account, or if you want to go through the domain administrator account. We just said multiple times is going to again be pretty crucial, because administrators have all kind of privileges, right? Another one is called net command, which is used for internal reconnaissance. So net command is again a very popular tool, and it is basically for your Windows operating system, and you can use it to see certain files. You can view computers in the network, you can view users, and if there's a lot of information here which basically comes out of that, right? Nmap, again, it's a port scanner. It is very useful also, and it might be a little noisy, but if you by noisy I mean it can be detected easily by a lot of these regular software security products. But but if you use it properly, you can go undetected under the radar, and you can see that a lot of APT groups they have seen and they've used it also. Another one is Netcat, which is like your telnet tool, and it basically is used to connect to systems. Also, again, it has been in some APTs as usual. It's less noisy. It kind of flies under the radar pretty nicely and smoothly, and is very important to use built-in tools by the APT groups so that they don't cause any kind of alarm. So when they are doing internal reconnaissance, these APT groups, they are over careful. So they use tools which do not come by default installed on that operating system, but are also offered by say in this case the first tool which I talked about was the logger, the PSA logger on, right? So those it uses sysinternals, right? So these kind of tools, they're part of Microsoft, or they're part of a well-known product, and they go undetected. So once they are downloaded those tools, they're interacting with those tools. The bad guys are the the APT group is, but at that time it goes undetected because these are part of that system. They are they're supposed to be there, or they can be there with the proper access. All right. So now let's talk about lateral movement. So now you already have you're in the network. You've done your footholding. You have gained more access, done your internal reconnaissance, and the assets on the network. You have mapped the network, where the servers are, the user system, the sensitive data locations have been kind of pinpointed at this time. Now it's time to do some movement. So as APT group person, you want to move inside the system. So you want to jump from server to server, because now you know the passwords. You probably have the hashes, and you're ready to move on. So goal here is accessing additional systems in the compromised network, and that is basically the intention here. And the step, as I said, you can do all that by dumping hashes. Passing the hash tag is used here. You can also crack the password by rainbow tables. You can just do remote desktop connection. You can also using your in Windows, you can do your remote desktop, and in Linux you can use SSH. So as long as you get the passwords, or you can get them, then you're good, which is not good for on the other side of the spectrum. But then once you have that, it is easy to go through the move between the network, do lateral movement inside the network, and then attack whatever or get information from wherever you want that information to come from, right? So keep in mind that all these things is not there's not like a single hacker behind the computer trying to break into it. A lot of these processes are automated, especially the lateral movement process, because especially when APT attacks, once you get your sophisticated malware in there, it will kind of take care of all of this. Everything is part of that malware. So it is pretty amazing that you are in your command control, or having a website which is controlling everything, and everything is going automated and doing, everything is getting mapped. Lateral movement is happening. Everything is going good for a hacker or for a APT group person here. So let's talk about some of the tools which are used to gain remote access. Again, Microsoft has a remote desktop, very common, and is not noisy at all. And you will see it is as an encrypted communication. So anyone seeing that specific computer connect to another computer in the network might be okay, as it's normal, right? Also, PSExec is also a Microsoft sysinternals tool, but built-in though, sorry, not built-in, but though you can install it as it is, it lets you allow to connect to other systems and execute commands remotely. Pretty neat, huh? So also there is some in-house reverse shell tools. They're kind of risky because it does its own implementations and get access. Getting access and all sometimes could cause kind of a red flag. But then you'll be careful as a member of APT group. But in this case, the APTs sometimes they are not detected, and you can kind of move around. Also, another common one is the VNC. This is also another tool for remote desktop control.